This video clip was taken from April 9, 2025, and in attendance at Moon's coronation ceremony there at her new temple she built for herself, which she's now in a prison cell, as they proclaimed her to be the only begotten daughter of God in front of Paula White and Newt Gingrich. And it's not the first time Paula White and Newt Gingrich have heard that declaration. They've heard it many times over the years as they are paid hacks, shills for this evil cult. So you'll see here that they're saying that Mrs. Moon and Mr. Moon got married and he was the Messiah. And it was the marriage supper of the Lamb. What blasphemy!
Intervened to protect the only begotten daughter who was only 7 years old at the time. And because your mother could converse freely with our Heavenly Parent all throughout her young life, she connected deeply with God's soulful heart and understood God's circumstances looking upon the pain of the fallen world. This gave her the strength to defy the norms of society and say, I will do it, when God called her to be married at the young age of 17 to Reverend Moon Sun-myung, who had inherited the mission of Jesus Christ. And therefore, on the 16th day of the third lunar month in 1960, the only begotten daughter, Hanakja, and the returning Messiah, Moon Sun-myung, joined together in the holy wedding, the marriage supper of the Lamb, bringing about the long-awaited advent of the true parents.
Else is going to fall into the clutches of this evil cult, the man that claimed to be the second advent of Jesus Christ, Sun Myung Moon, and his delusional wife, who says she's the only begotten daughter of God, who is now on trial in South Korea for criminal charges. It's not religious persecution like these people are trying to paint it to be. And you see, next you're going to see Greg Locke, who's a pastor, I don't know, pastor, and another pastor, Mark Burns, who is supposedly one of Trump's pastors, as they're there in South Korea promoting these evil people.
The first morning, and the first day is all about setting up the rules of the game, how they're going to submit evidence. But we're here with our friends from America. We're here with Pastor Mark Burns, who came here specifically to attend the first day of trial with Dr. Hak Jahan, the Mother of Peace. First impressions, Pastor?
You know, my heart just goes out for the Mother of Peace. She is literally an 82-year-old woman who has spent the entire part of her life bringing peace around the world, unifying this nation, and to be penalized simply for, and it sounds to me the works of other people, right. But because she is the symbol of peace and the symbol of the Unification Church. Howbeit others, it's a huge organization. Yeah. It's a massive organization, and there's so many different heads and departments. But she is the one that they're singling out because she's speaking about peace and a nation that's after God. Not a nation after Mother Moon, but a nation after God.
That's right.
Reverend Duckley, thank you so much for your leadership.
Thank you.
All that you're doing for the Mother of Peace and for religious freedoms around the world. You are such a selfless leader because yes, we are here outside the courtroom where we witnessed the Mother of Peace and her attorneys begin to argue, the prosecution began to argue, setting up the stage for the trial. You're still selfless in your leadership because you're not just speaking about the Unification Church, but you're also speaking about all of the persecutions that is happening in this country, and you're utilizing your influence to help all of those that are affected from the Sagero Church, Reverend Son, we'll be seeing him a little bit later, to Reverend Billy Kim, and so on and so on, those that are being persecuted, the full gospel church has been persecuted. So that's why we're here, to make sure that the real message gets out to the world, and that the United States of America understands exactly what's happening. President Trump understands exactly what is happening. I spoke to him personally about this, and he and others like Pastor Paula and Speaker Newt Gingrich are all behind Mother Hahn and Dr. Hahn and what she stands for and what she believes in. And so, again, I'm praying, we're all praying, and that God does something miraculous. He did it for Paul, he did it for Peter. I know he could do it for Mother Hahn.
Thank you. Thank you, Pastor. Bless
God
you.
bless you,
Bless
brother.
you, brother.
God bless you.
We got Pastor Greg Locke here. Let's see if any impressions from Pastor Locke.
You know, it seems to me that they know that there's been a religious violation, and then they just build a case around it after the fact. It's like they're working backwards. It's pretty easy to see, even from America. So I think it's going to be interesting. But I mean, at the end of the day, you know, this is a violation that could affect every single religion and denomination in this entire nation and really in the world. And so the world's watching.
And what you just said is key, because it's not about any one religion. And that's why the world should watch, because it's just a matter of a domino effect.
Yes.
And interestingly, they've come after a bunch at the same time in Korea.
Yeah.
You'd think that they'd be more careful about it.
Yeah, they've crossed all lines
Already.
religiously already. And so I think they're just trying to build their case, but the Lord's going to win.
Thank you for being here, Pastor.
Absolutely.
So we are back in the bus. We've just had lunch with some members of the True Family and Pastor Burns, Pastor Locke, and our team. The feeling is family, eating together and sharing stories together.
Since when is the feeling family with the Antichrist? A form of the Antichrist. And what are you talking about, Greg Locke? The Lord's going to win. Yeah, he's going to win because he's going to defeat evil. And this is evil. What is wrong with these people? Something wrong with these people. They're sick. The man doing the interview with Greg Locke and Mark Burns is the head of the Mooney cult for Mrs. Moon in the United States of America, and they're pushing their propaganda. And you can see these two so-called Christian leaders there. Where is their discernment? Obviously, they don't have any. They'll drink any kind of Kool-Aid, won't they?